Okay, cool. So we've got this Sufjan Stevens song, which I'm almost 100% is how it's pronounced. In fact, I'm just gonna like Google him right now, so he knows it's not very time-consuming. Yeah, that guy. It is pronounced Suf. You'd think it would be right in front. Anyway, I'm almost 100% that it's Sufjan, though they don't give us phonetics there. Anyway, cool, so we got this song where he's going, like, you know, and stuff like that, but we're just going to play rhythm guitar, and significantly slower than he is. So here's this first chord, D, where I wrote X's on the two low strings, but, you know, like we talked about last time, we're just going to swing away and hit extra strings for now, rather than lining up our hand there, because we want to be playing rhythm guitar correctly. So yeah, you know, if you hit, let's pretend you're trying to hit 5 strings, and then if you hit the 6th string, you don't care, just intellectually appreciating eventually. This will be just the 4 highest strings, highest tonally, geographically. So the strumming pattern we're playing, so it's just pause and get that cracking. Is down, down, up, down, up. And there's 2 ups in there, which we saw feel weird. You can kind of, we're going 1, 2, and 4, and so on 3, you could do a down strum where you don't actually hit the guitar, if that makes it easier. Like, right there, which is what my hand naturally does, and that's why we make our. Yeah, but there it is. We always strum down on the downbeat and up on the upbeat for any number of reasons. But there, 1, 1, 2, and 4, and cool. So try that a couple times. You can do any chord. Doing D right now. Let's just take focus entirely off of how many strings you're hitting, and just try 1 good one until it's easy, 2 good ones until it's easy, and please this time try 2 to 4 more than you would naturally move on. Just really embrace the sucks dance steps part. So yeah. Stop, what are you wrong, etc. And twice. Cool. And then we're gonna do the first change in the song, like it's the only change that ever existed. And it's a pretty big change, but like these are all the right degree of difficulty for us, to a super common chord, C. Looks like that, and same strumming pattern. The third chord, what's worth noting, our open strum. So at this point, you're just going, this chord exists, back and forth, really consciously focused, noticing which fingers end up in which wrong places, and consciously correcting them, even if it means you make a completely different mistake or ignore some other aspect of what we're doing entirely. So, you're going, okay, C exists, D exists. So just have a really terrible 15 minutes now, pause the video and do that. Then we're trying to just get up to the first strum of C, including an open strum. Like slow, like. Stop, reset your mental Nintendo, do it again until that actually becomes doable. There you go. This might be like 20 minutes per step right now. Cool. And then the next chord change is substantially easier. You just move your ring finger to there. And this seems to be a shape, you remembered when you learned it as E, the first chord in the song right there. All we're doing now is just moving it down one string, grouping towards the ground, but also your hand's already doing it, so it's just your ring finger moves there, which I already wrote on the page, only your ring finger moves. So don't start at the beginning, start at the C and just go like that. So my entire open strum is just that. Same process for the last chord change, which is this G in the uncomfortable shape. Let's just decide that getting this note, your middle finger note, to ring out is not really a priority. You do want to land on this string such that you're not flopped down and not, bent the wrong way or, touching this string. This is where we talked about where I'm fretting on my finger and it being more like down here in this situation versus right under our fingernail, which is everybody's natural inclination at first. And it all kind of hurts about the same. So cool, awesome, that's what's up. So there we are, that's the most difficult chord in the song. So the boring process of doing this. The first thing to consider when it just feels all kinds of wrong is your left thumb position. You might throw it over the top and find that this is suddenly easy. You might find you have it up too high, and that, so with first position chords, which are the ones we're learning now that have open notes in them, like as well as fretted notes versus bar chords, which are, lower degree of difficulty substantially. They're also so open chords, synonymous with first position chords. So there we go, that's what we're doing when we are playing those chords. Sometimes it's just too hard to get a certain note to ring out at first, and we need to just always be in this position. You might find your pinky flopping down like that as a finger strength thing. That makes everything else more difficult because you're down there. So, you went straight into the instrument, boring, and then going back to the beginning of the song. So our whole thing is tried that now for the first time. I haven't done all that stuff. So independent stuff you could do if you feel like you need to is just sit on one chord and do the strumming pattern. If we didn't do that, or if you're having any, I have to think about my right hand, that would be, just sit on any chord and try to go 2 good ones. Reset, though I'm sure I probably did say that at the beginning. Historically, I must have. So there we are. That's what we're trying to do. Let's listen to what he actually plays, and kind of, I don't have that window open anymore. Anyway, if you learn this, the intro will be easy. There you are. Cool.